Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and creatures of the fifth dimension, I want to personally welcome you to my Reign of Kings First Day Survival Guide. Yes, so a lot of you newbies out there don't know how to play this game, and I'm hoping this will assist you in some small way in surviving the first few nights. This is Alpha 10, and they've done a lot of updates, a lot of good things, I think. You know, I just whipped up this character and popped into an empty server just so that we can do this. This is not going to be a series or anything. But, yeah, we're just going to show you the basics of survival. So, to open your inventory, simply press the I button. This opens up your user interface. This is where you will do all of your crafting and weapons assignments and armor assignments. On the right side here, we have your basic wood armor sets, also with basic building blocks that you can find in the world. Bandages, chests, crests, doors, and all this other stuff that you'll need in your survival. Normally, what I like to do is I like to build a stone hatchet and a stone pickaxe as soon as possible. So in order to do that, you have one thing to start out with. Your trusty wooden club. Now, this little friend right here is all you have to start out with. He is like the lowest of the low, but, you know, he's what you got. So, to gather wood, simply go over to a tree and hit it. That's all you have to do. Just whack that tree. Give me your wood, tree. Give it to me. There you go. This is pretty much it. So this is how you gather wood. It's very simple, easy to do. Once you have gathered a fair amount of wood, I think it's 50 wood, so let's just get our hands on this. There we go. Oh, the tree fell down. So you know what, let's go ahead and finish destroying this tree since it fell down. I didn't think it would, but it did. So, you know, we're not going to leave the forest dirty or nothing. So, yep, just keep on whacking the tree, and eventually it'll keep breaking apart like this. I mean, look how beautiful this game is. For Alpha 10, it's in Alpha still, and it's doing this beautifulness. Alright, now that you have wood, you must acquire flax. Flax is this bush right here. See this here? This is flax. To collect it, simply go over to it and stand above it and press the E key. Hold it down for a few seconds to collect it. Once collected, it'll be added instantly to your inventory here. Now, to craft something like our stone axe, but we do not have a stone yet, so we'll need that. But in order to craft it, simply scroll down till you see the item you wish to craft, under harvesting tools most likely, because that's what you want to get your hands on first. Click on it, and you'll see it appear in this lower crafting box. Simply meet the requirements of 10 flax, 4 stone, and 25 wood, and you will be golden to go for crafting your stone axe, and you'll be able to cut down trees much more quickly. Now, in front of us here, we have a berry bush. This is the bread and butter you are going to need to have on your first night of surviving. To eat it, normally it's added instantly to your hotbar. To add other things to your hotbar, simply drag and drop them into the slots you want, such as the berries, bandages, and a torch to light your way at night. Do never ever use that torch at nighttime unless you want to be seen. Normally you do not. Normally the guys with heavy armor out there will see that torch and be like, oh good, a slave, or someone we can just torment. 9 times out of 10, that's how that thing's gonna go down. And you do not want that. No sirree Bob, you do not want that. So, after you've gathered some wood and some basic food, you just want to keep finding berries to survive your first day. And as you can see here, the beach is loaded with berries all up and along and down here. Just go ahead and pick them to your heart's content, like I showed you, same way you would pick up flax. Simply go over towards it and pick it up. As you see over here, we have stumbled upon a deer. Now, hunting in this game is a little bit difficult when you do not have a ranged weapon. The basic ranged weapon you're going to want to use is a wood javelin, which is down here at the bottom underneath projectiles. Simply select a couple here. We're going to go ahead and make us a bunch. They're crafted in batches of 3, and of course drag and drop them into our hotbar. So we're going to drag them to number 5. Now we have wooden javelins. You can continue to move around unrestricted, at least in this alpha, while you're crafting things. So if you want to craft a bunch and then continue on moving, you can do that. To sneak, simply hold down the far left control key and your character will go into the sneak animation. It just lowers your character by a little bit and quiets your footsteps. You can just barely hear the footsteps. you know. But to a really alert player, especially like, I don't know, a good player. So we're going to sneak up on this deer a little bit and go ahead and murder his face. Wha! Oh, I missed. Aha! Aha! And now that you are injured, the deer is now injured. If there is a run mechanic in this game, with those in his back there and a couple are hitting his legs, it actually debuffs the speed of the animal or person. This works on players as well. If you hit someone in the leg with a arrow or a spear, you will slow their movement speed considerably. Now, over here is the area which you want to probably visit after you've gathered some basic resources, which is known as the swamps. Now, this area is the closest area to the castle to gather water. There are a few in the map otherwise, but this is the primary source of water. To gather water, simply wade down into it, look down, and press E. Your character will then go into the water gathering animation and begin collecting water one at a time. So this way, yeah, this is how you gather water. It's pretty much just like this. Once you have water, it's normally added to your hotbar. Most food that you pick up is automatically added to your hotbar. It comes in this lovely water skin, and you can just go along and drink and, you know, be merry and pretend that you're maybe, I don't know, something other than a homeless, naked vagabond. Maybe you are king in his castle, in the castle. You are the king in the castle, drinking finest wine imported from Italy or some other foreign country, you know, that's very expensive. And that tree didn't want me to continue. But as you can see, players have been on this server before, but right now it was empty. Well, it was empty when I got on, and as far as I know, it still is. But it doesn't matter. We're just going to... Oh, a chicken. Well, that's not important. We're just going to go over, and right up from the swamps, you come into the grassland. This is the basic area that is before the castle keep. This is where you'll find a ton of flax, hay, and more importantly, the stone spawns that are normally, these are the closest ones you can find to the beach. Now, in order to get them, you have to be, you know, pretty sneaky, because like I said, players love to grief in this game. It's like any other survival game, such as Rust or DayZ, where, you know, if they say they're friendly, they're probably not, and probably going to kill you. So, yeah. This is a strange bunch of collection of just random stuff placed everywhere. But that's not important. We're going to go over here, and I'm going to show you how to craft. We're going to craft some things just before we're done. And I'll show you my personal favorite hiding spot to surviving your first night. So simply come over here, whack these stones. These particular stones here are different than the other ones you'll find in the forest. These ones will start to shrink after a minute here. Let's see here. It should be any second. Any second now. Come on. Come on. There it is. These specific stones are what will shrink and give you stone. Other stones out there will not. You will not be able to get stone from just random rocks out there. But you can find small stones which you can pick up. Now, let's go back into our crafting menu, and we'll go ahead and craft up our axe. The next thing you want to craft is a pickaxe, but we'll need more wood for that. But now that we have an axe, simply drag and drop it to the hotbar, and we are golden. Yes. Run over to this tree, and we're going to head and chop it down. So, but you know, we're not going to make the pickaxe and continue mining, because like I said, this is not a let's play or anything. This is just a basic survival. So while you're doing this, you probably wouldn't want to do this here. You probably want to grab the stone and hightail it out of this area, because guess what? Everyone else comes here to get stone. Yeah, and you do not want to stay here too long, at least not on your first night. Go ahead and gather up this wood. Like I said, though, this is an empty server, and we don't have to worry about players coming up and enslaving us, because there is technically a capture. There is a capture system in the game where someone could walk up behind you, or even in front of you, and capture you. It's quicker if they capture you from the behind, but if they're in front of you, it takes a little bit longer. But you can see them if they have rope in their hands. Yeah, run quickly. Do not stay around for that, because that's going to be just bad times all day long. And I would assume this is a player trap, but it looks like someone's just broken down the wall and raided that guy. But like I said, this is an empty server. It's probably been abandoned because of hackers and stuff like that, because this game's had some issues. I'll admit it. It's had some issues. You know, a little bit of a hard time getting off the ground, but, you know, let's see if we can find a small stone so that I can show that off to you. Because the only other option... Oh, here's one. These here You'll see how it's just a little bit different than the rest of the stone around it. This is stone that you can pick up just like any other resource. Just hold E and pick it up, and you're good to go. Now, the first thing to surviving your first night is you do not want to be near the king's castle, because that's where everyone else is going to be, and especially the high-tier players. You know, the guys with steel armor and such. They're going to be the guys causing you trouble, capturing you, you know, enslaving you, all this kinds of stuff, and it's just going to be bad times all around. So, my favorite place to set up camp is, well, actually, we're actually on the wrong side of the island from it, but that's okay. We don't need to do that. This is a player sleeper. If you see these guys on the beach, you can kill them, unless the server has rules, of course, that say you can't. They'll normally have more torches and bandages. You know, it's always good. That's less stuff that you have to craft later on. So, we're going to go ahead and set up a basic camp here, with some wooden, or hard bed, a stiff bed. It's not a hard bed, it's a stiff bed, but it's, you know what I'm saying, like such. And then we're going to craft a campfire. When you place down a bed, this sets your spawn to that area. So now, if I were to die, I could respawn here, but I could not respawn here again until 4 minutes have passed. Once 4 minutes have passed, then I can spawn here again. That's basically how that works. The fireplace does take a moment to craft, so while it is crafting, we're going to go ahead and cut down this tree. And I've already showed you how to gather water and drink it, but in order to cook food, because you don't want to live off berries, you know, you want meat. You want some manly, delicious meat in your stomach. You know, you don't want to live off berries. You're not a vagabond. You are royalty, right? Every one of you is royalty. Yeah, they've definitely changed this. Oh, that can't even get damaged now. I like that. I'm still learning. Alpha 7 just came out today. Or not Alpha 7, Alpha 7. Alpha 10 just came out today. So, the campfire should be crafted about now. Yes, it is. And once you have the campfire, simply drag it into your inventory and hit 7 and place it wherever you please. Go up to it and tap the E button. This will open the interface like normal, but now you can see there's a campfire. To add wood to it, you don't want to throw an entire stack of wood into it, of course. So in order to split stacks of wood and such, simply click on it with the right mouse key and drag your mouse over to the right. As you can see, it increases how much I'm going to split. If you drag it to the left, it decreases. So we're going to go ahead and split that into 35, but you know, we're going to use sticks to cook, because I don't like to use wood, because I like to use sticks, because, you know, sticks are better. So now as you can see, the campfire is lit, it's cooking. If you scroll down here, it'll show you the burn time for all the different things that you can put into it. Hay, you know, chicken can be cooked, meat can be cooked, cooked bird. You can burn stuff in it, but I don't know what, you know, good burning stuff is. I've never needed to burn anything. So to cook meat, simply drag it and drop it into the input slot. Once you've done that, as you can see over here, it says cooking, and it'll show you how much calories you get out of it, how much hydration you get out of it, how much healing you get out of it, and how much you get for hunger, or consume to reduce hunger and thirst. So that will cook, and you are now good to go. To upgrade workstations like this, simply click on the upgrade button, which is located right underneath normally the fuel or the input. So for this one, it'll upgrade it with a cooking pot and a tripod. So we're going to go ahead and upgrade that. As you can see, it's quite loud, so people will hear this, you know. So when you're camping, make sure you're far away and have you're not near anyone. You're not near any buildings or guilds or anything like that, because you can still hear it. Still hear it. Yeah. Yeah, you still hear it. So you can hear it from like really crazy far away at this patch. And campfires, their light is freaking forever. It just keeps going, and it's super bright, and everyone's gonna see it. So you want to camp in a sheltered area, preferably between some rocks and in a forest, so that no one will easily see your campfire and things of that nature. As you can see it's upgrading right here. And once it's finished upgrading, then it will increase the speed at which it will cook food, and this will actually be able to be upgraded into a furnace, which can be used to smelt iron and stuff. But this is all you'll need to start your first night: a bed, a campfire, some food to cook, and you know where to get water now, and a few basic crafting and building tips. So yeah, guys, I hope this has been informative. and I'm pretty sure I covered just about everything except fighting. But, you know, when you're surviving, you want to avoid fights at all costs. You can't see my face. I'm like, I am Batman. That's fantastic. Alright, guys. Well, this is Darth Revan. I thank you for joining me today. Until next time, I'll see you then. Peace is a lie. And I'm dancing. Goodbye.